Thank you very much, my fellow Biafrans. Wherever you are, we welcome you to this very program. Today is Tuesday.
Hello?
Please, I must. Today is Tuesday. Like everybody knows, the 14th of November 2017. And we are right now on air to interact with our people, no matter where they are in any part of the world. We are once again broadcasting to all of you from the satellite station of the Voice of Biafra International, Germany. Ikenna Obibiagono is always your moderator. You are welcome to the program. Today, we are on interactive session. In other words, we are choosing topics randomly. Whatever comes to your mind, you bring to the table and we discuss it. Any matter that affects Biafra and Nigeria. We are here to discuss all of them, to put some clarifications and enlighten our people over the time. There are some issues that tend to confound the generality of our people. This is because a particular group of people made it upon themselves to be deceiving and misinforming our people. It has taken a long time, and consequent upon this, our people appear misdirected, lost. We are here to recall the wandering sheep. We are here to put the record straight. Join us as we give you the best of our broadcast. We are the people's voice, the only authentic voice in the whole of Biafra land. And we break the horizon. We give opportunity to people from other nations and tribes to come over here and express their views. That is what makes Voice of Biafra International very, very special. The primus inter pares. Right now with me in the studio, however, in a different direction, or setting rather, is Louis' response. Louis is right now in Nigeria, joining us in this particular program. Apart from Louis, the next person there in view is Uche Digi. Uche Digi right now is in Accra, Ghana. From there, he is joining our program. Uche Digi, please, you are welcome to this particular evening discourse. Apart from Uche Digi, we are expecting the rest members of the crew. Uchenna Okeke is already there in Benue State, and similarly, Jude Chijoke is there in Lagos. Welcome to the program, Uchenna Okeke from Benue State. Uche, welcome to the program.
I think.
Yeah, please, we must advise everybody to check their backgrounds, even though it is interactive session, but we must make sure we control our noisy backgrounds. Let me inform once again, if you cannot check your noisy background, if you continue to allow disturbances from your side to impede on the flow of the transmission, I will have no option than to get you disconnected. Check your various backgrounds. Enough is enough. We cannot continue to tolerate excesses of noise making from various quarters. Please. You are welcome once again. So I initially announced the presence of Uchenna Okeke in Makurdi Benue State. Now, Uchenna Okeke, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Ikenna, and greeting to all the listeners of the Voice of Biafra International tonight. And I welcome all of you, and may God bless.
Thank you very much. Right now, let me repeat in Accra, Ghana. Uche DG is already there waiting. Uche, are you connected right now? Uche DG.
Yes, my able moderator, I am once again happy to join today's program. I greet all Biafrans all over the world and our able leader Igel Ndibo. Welcome, and I greet you. Thank you.
You are welcome. From Accra, let us stop by again at Lagos, where Ume Maslenos is. Ume Maslenos, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Oracle. Good evening, Biafrans and friends of Biafrans. Welcome to today's broadcast.
Thank you so much. Like we have earlier said, today is interactive session, just like tomorrow equally. What that means is we are choosing topics randomly, whatever affects Biafran people and Nigerians during this present dispensation. We are here to discuss all of them. Any issue that tends to confound the sensibility of our people, we are here to give further explanations. We take your questions, we tolerate you, we give you answers to your own satisfaction. That is why we are here. We have always said this is the voice of the people, and we are here to encourage the individual self, not to disparage or denigrate anybody's dignity. No, we value everybody. Being the authentic voice of the people of Biafra, we are here as a representative voice. And that is why we say you are all welcome to the program. Now, in the last 2 days, let me say, since last night, there was a video clip that is making the round and that has caught the attention of our people. I wouldn't say unawares because it's long expected. This particular video clip was shot somewhere in an isolated area, either of Biafra land or outskirts of Biafra land, by some misguided elements. From every available indication, which the flag they were carrying portrayed, it was written IPOB. I'm not saying with every degree of assurance that they were members of IPOB, but from what we saw on the flags then, everything was clearly written IPOB. And to lay more credence to this, when the person reading out a written script wanted acclaim from the men behind him, involuntarily they responded in clear Igbo intonation. He said, "Oh, the Arewa man wouldn't have said that and pronounced it as we do in Igbo cultural background. The Yoruba man wouldn't have pronounced it just like that as we pronounce it in our own cultural background. Only a person well grounded in Igbo socio-cultural heritage would just advance such response by saying so." Two things stand them out: the IPOB written on the flag and the response is so. However, we have to note that when the video went viral, very many members of the IPOB supporters who had been shouting, threatening fire and brimstone, to my own greatest surprise and to the surprise of everybody, They went into denial, saying it's not IPOB, it's a camouflage. Federal government has gathered a lot of people that to brandish whatever they felt that was the IPOB segment, trying to threaten the security of the nation. At a point, I was wondering, were these not the same people who had been threatening fire and brimstone, threatening everybody and stampeding, even subjecting everybody to intimidation? At a point now, when something similar to what they have envisaged and expected came to the fore, you saw all of them scampering to safety, denying. Not you say you be organ now why you dey run? That is a popular saying in Igbo land in those days. No be you say you be organ now why you dey run? You have been threatening people all along. See, and the funny part of it all is this again. If you know you are not capable of achieving anything tangible, why do you make noise? We have always said this. If you have to remember some time ago when I posted on my Facebook wall that if you don't have the fins, make sure you don't dive into the sea, otherwise you get drowned. And equally, if you don't have the feathers, never you attempt to fly, otherwise you will land crash. Now, after all the boasts that if Muhammad Buhari will step into the land of Biafra today, blood will flow. Of course, I took everything with a pinch of salt because it's not today it started. There is no particular day or week, month or year. We do not hear loud-mouthed boasts coming from here and there. At the end of the day, what comes out of it all? We have advised all these people. If you know that you have nothing tangible to achieve, there is no need making noise. Stop announcing your presence when you are not yet ready. Because by so doing, you try to jeopardize the peace of our own people. You endanger the lives of our people. Stop making unnecessary noise. I had expected that today there will be rivers of blood in Biafra land as they boasted. At times I begin to wonder what has gone wrong with these people. In other words, like I have always said, it is a comedy of error, a comedy of errors. We are tired of all these things. We have asked them to come back to their senses and join a particular group that has the interest of our people in mind, the bim-massob family, that has always followed the due process, non-violence philosophy, non-confrontation, but yet working deeply to the staggering imagination of the entire people of Nigeria. So, we are telling our people, if you are not prepared for any warfare, don't come out in military uniform. Stop the rubbish. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. One sacrificial individual by name Fred Asani also is asking, why am I hiding my face? This is radio and not television. If I'm broadcasting in a television station, you will see me clear. But this is radio. For you to be thinking of seeing the face of somebody who is broadcasting in a radio, that means you are insane. Absolutely, you are insane. That is what we are saying. How could we be talking of seeing the face of somebody who is broadcasting in a radio station, not a television station? Tomorrow you say Nigeria is a zoo. But from what you do, what you say, how you reason, there is no difference between you and the animal in the zoo. That is a problem. That is just Fred Asanya or whatever he's called. Somebody talking in the radio, want to see the face of somebody talking in the radio. And even the fabricated individual, Fred Asanya, who wants to see my face, is equally hiding his own face from his own Facebook. You see the irony of it all. This tells you the limitations of the people we are dealing with. Somebody that has his own Facebook, without his own picture embossed, he is waiting to see the face of somebody who is broadcasting in a radio station thousands of miles away from Biafra land. We must begin to reclaim these individuals because they are already lost. Uche Diji, right there in Accra, let me start from far away, from there we come back to Biafra land. Since the night Uche Diji you are there, these people have been dramatizing, but today, instead of dramatizing on the streets of Biafra land, they dramatize inside the bush. Holding flags, written IPOB, threatening fire and brimstone. As I'm talking now, much as I am not encouraging Muhammad Buhari coming to Biafra land because of the massacre of our people, but then we have to think before we talk. As I'm talking now, Muhammad Buhari is in Abia State receiving chieftaincy title, and instead of rivers of blood, water everywhere. That's what we are seeing. Sorry, please. Uche Diji, what do you have to say? Uche Diji, are you alive with us? Oh, sorry, maybe I've lost him.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, Uche, please. Uche, please, sorry, Uche, please, you have to stand at a place where we can hear your voice clear. Please. Please.
Okay. And
Yeah.
let me change my position.
Yeah, it's better now. Where you are now is perfectly clear.
Okay.
Yes. So you saw these people boasting that Nigeria's president will not enter Biafra land. Ironically and more disappointingly, they never came out, and Muhammad Day is receiving chieftaincy title. What does that go to tell about these people?
You know, once I thought there is one argument that was going
Please, there is noise disturbing the process, please. There is noise somewhere there. I don't know where the noise is coming from.
One of our
Please, there is noise coming from somewhere there. I don't know. I don't know. Noise is coming from there, please. And I know that people locked on Uche Diji, Sonny, and Omer Maslino, so I don't know where the noise is coming from.
Sonny should check his background.
Yeah, that noise has ceased. Uche, I'm sorry, Uche, we're not hearing you. Maybe let's go to Omer Maslino. It seems he has a better service. Then, Uche, stop, please. Uche, we are not getting you at all. Uche, we are not getting you. Let Omer Maslino take over the question.
Okay, thank you, Oracle. First of all, I must commend you for your proper observation because these two things you pinpointed out were the two things I also observed in that video that made me believe that they were the actual people that did all that. Because if you observe very, very well, you notice that when they said that, he turned as in disappointment.
Exactly.
Because maybe they planned to do it in a way that nobody will suspect that they are the ones that did it.
Exactly.
So after turning in disappointment to look at them, they then change to what they practice. And I see all those things to be God's handwork to expose them so that we actually know who did it. So now coming to all that, we are not surprised because when you see somebody that doesn't have a vision,
Uche, please hold on. Please, Omer Maslins, hold on, please. There is terrible noise coming from somewhere. There is terrible noise coming from somewhere. Listeners are complaining, writing in. There is much disturbance, distraction coming from where I don't know. There's much noise.
I think it's better now.
Yeah, it's better now. Please.
Yeah, it's better now.
Yes.
Can I continue?
Yeah, go on, please.
Okay. So, you don't expect anything better than what they are doing now because, first of all, we know them as people who always boast of what they cannot do. They learned it from their master, who will always come out to lie about. But one thing I ask them is this: you claim to love Biafra, you claim to be fighting for Biafra. Why are you deceiving Biafrans? Why are you lying to them? Why are you claiming to fight to be fighting for them? Why you are attracting danger, bloodshed, agony to Biafra land?
The noise has started again.
The noise has started again. Where is it coming from?
There are only 3 persons on that line. For rather, Louis is there, Uche Diji, sorry, and Omer Maslins. I don't know. please, people should try and help us. I don't know where this noise is coming, and it distracts us a lot.
Please, if
Uche, stop. Uche, I have not called you to talk. Uche, stop. Please. There's no service from your angle. Let Ume Maslis continue.
okay, thank you, Oracle.
So, I do ask them, why are you lying to the people you claim to love? The people you claim to be fighting for, why are you deceiving them? Is it not better you tell them the truth? Tell them what to.
Yeah, I think people on Facebook Messenger are really disturbing a lot. Let me out today and go to Uchenna Okeke in Benue State. Uchenna, what do you have to say? When better services are restored over there in Lagos and Accra, I will hook on once again. Uchenna Okeke.
Thank you very much, Ikenna, the Oracle. The issue at hand, which we are discussing, the truth is that the IPOB, what they are doing now and what we are seeing every day is a proof of their failure, that they has nothing to deliver to the people of Biafra. And they keep on disgracing themselves before the eyes of the world. And that is a vengeance taking as working against them. And I want to believe that that is how they'll continue until all of them come back to their rightful senses and work and start thinking like normal human beings. Because I want to believe that the oath they took is what is confusing them, is what is moving them, instigating them to do abnormal behavior. And I want to believe that by the special grace of God, in fact, I have been praying personally for them, for that spell to be lifted off from them, so that they will come back and start thinking like normal human being. Because I once been with them before, and it was a pretentious membership because I was not fully a member. So I know what goes on there. In Benue State, they appointed me as their secretary generally. But I know they never know who I was until the day I declared myself to them and they quit out of that organization. That was when they know who I am. So I can tell more about IPB, what they are up to and what they can do. All they do is how to map out propaganda. And in that video clip, you have seen it, they use their hands to nail themselves by coming out and blackmailing themselves, because all they say there was working against them and it's working against them. And so, just like Marcellinus was saying, that this is an attribute of what they learned from their master. Jesus Christ says that it is the fruit. It is the tree. The tree produces the fruit of its nature, and that is the fruits of the tree of Nnamdi Kanu. So they will keep on producing the fruits of that tree, of Nnamdi Kanu's tree, and they will never give anybody what they expected. All they will do is to concoct lie and try in a way to make it look real. But people like us who knows what is right, they can never deceive us. And that is why we keep on marching on. That is why Massob Bim keep on marching on, because we never stood, but we never go by lies. We go by truth. And so I would like all our members to join me in prayers. This spell that I have cast on them through the oath taking will be lifted up and they will come back in the right process. Because what is happening now is disheartening. It's painful, because seeing your own brother behaving like animal. It pains me. It's painful. And so let us pray for them and see and believe and hope that they will have a change of mind. Thank you, the oracle.
Thank you very much. And that is our vicarious prayers, that they have a change of mind and attitude. Because from what we are seeing, something is wrong somewhere. And we have to speak out. We were informed from a reliable source that they went to Arochukwu and took an oath. And ever since then, this thing has been affecting very many of them, except those who came out, not believing in that particular show. Something is wrong somewhere. But the question arises, if that particular oath is functional, if it is effective or efficacious, how come that many members of this particular group that took the same oath are now distancing themselves from the group? You can remember one of their writers, in their family writers, dissociated himself from further participation in that fictitious group. And up to now, he's still alive, healthy. The oracle has not touched him. I begin to wonder how human beings in this modern time, this 21st century, will be believing in that, trash. You go and swear before an oracle. Which oracle? The one we see or the one we don't see? We know what we can believe. The oracle might be very, very strong or powerful, it's true, but it depends. If you go contrary to the laws of the land, if you commit some abomination, if you shed human blood in Biafra land, the spirits of the oracle will visit you. But if you just ordinary jamboree to pay loyalty to an individual who has nothing to offer, the oracle has nothing. Even that particular oracle needs help. I must be honest with you. Now, at the end of it all, what is happening now? The very man that led them to take this particular oath is the first person that escaped. How then do you expect the rest to believe you? You are a commander. You are leading your battalion to a battlefield. Immediately you sight your enemies. You don't even know if the guns they have is of plastic, rubber, or whatever at all. And you pick a race, abandoning your battalion. Till today, a month, 2 months after, the CEC is nowhere to be found. Leaving the battalion, moving up and down like sheep without shepherd. And you still want people to believe. I don't know. Let me continue with you now. Uche, okay, before I come to remember Slenius. Uche, okay. Right. Do you remember that a segment of the IPOB announced on Sunday morning that the CEC has been sacked because he siphoned billions of naira, 14 million pounds and $22 million. What the hell? Uche, what do you have to say? Did you hear that?
Yes, I read it through the awesome page, but I got it through internet. In fact, I was confounded after seeing it and reading it. In fact, I don't know, but that is Nemesis catching up with them, because that was exactly what Nnamdi Kanu did to us. Because I remember in 2009, let me digress a little. I remember in 2009 when he collected money from most of Massob members, when he came up with his lies that Wazirike has betrayed the struggle and this, that, and that should start paying money direct to him so that he will use it and sponsor the radio. Most of us believed him, and we were paying money to his account, direct account. The account he announced on the radio, and people boycotted. Even when Chief directed that we should stop paying money for that radio, because with or without the radio, that we are going to achieve Biafra. And some people they still believed him and were sending money to him. Before you know it, after 1 month, after the month you pay, that very month, Chief said we shouldn't pay again, expired. This man disappeared from the surface of the radio. Nobody had anything for him again. All the promises he made, he disappeared. So shall they continue, because the foundation is faulty. And that is how the house will keep on collapsing, because there is no truth in it. And so That is what we are seeing today, Oracle. Honestly speaking, I write in one of the group page there. I told them that this is the beginning of the end, because they are going to see their end with their physical eye. Nobody is going to bring it upon them, but they will use their hands and say. And even yesterday, I saw something on the net that they have sacked him from as the radio director. I don't know how true is that. So you get now.
Yes, we have been waiting for a rejoinder from second in command with him, but nothing like that yet. You know that we're silent might mean consent. This is what I have to say.
Yes.
Well, most of the members are talking that we are lying against their commander-in-chief. How are we lying against their commander-in-chief when most of you gathered last night in a bush to threaten fire and brimstone? Unfortunately, you didn't put your acts together. You didn't put your acts together. You wanted to pretend you were not the person. So why the very flags you were carrying was written IPOB, and you said Iseo? Who would have said that? I have always told you people, my dear brothers in IPOB, if you want to play the game, play it very, very well. Leave no traces behind. Leave no traces behind. You will carry the Biafra flag, our beautiful flag, and most of you wrote there IPOB. Could you imagine that? Even since morning, we had expected them to put up a disclaimer, a rejoinder, that whoever did that was not working for IPOB. Up till now, there's no statement from their headquarters. Then why can't we believe them? We have always told them they are always in a hurry. They are always in a hurry to come to public glare. They are always in a hurry to come to public glare. And by so doing, by so hurrying, they make a lot of great mistakes.
Yes.
You never knew. You were not well trained. You were not well grounded. You shouted, "Iseo." The very acclaim that IPOB is known for. Iseo. Are you telling who? Are you telling who? Go back again and do your homework very, very well, my dear brothers in IPOB. Go back and do your background work before you come to public domain. Stop embarrassing Biafrans. You people are embarrassing us a lot. Stop making claims you cannot carry out. Just imagine today, after all the threats last night, even some women didn't want to go to market today. Some students didn't want to go to school today. Some of our public and civil servants didn't want to go to work because they believe that particular threat will come to fruition at the end of the day. The very man you said will not enter Biafra land unless he wanted blood flow is there now taking chieftaincy title. Are you not making other nations in Nigeria to believe that the Biafrans are cowards? If you are not prepared, stop making the noise. My dear brothers in IPOB, if you are not prepared for a showdown, stop making the noise. Enough is enough. People are embarrassing us. People are embarrassing us.
Yes, good.
Let me go to Ume Maslinos now. Let us go to Ume Maslinos in Lagos before we come to Chijoke.
My brother,
Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on, please.
This is Sonebaba Emmanuel.
Okay, sorry, over to you.
Sonebaba Emmanuel.
Okay.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. I want to apologize for my absentee for previous program last time. So, based on the issue of the moment for now, over the video of what the IPOB people displayed a few days ago, I want to tell you that one way or the other, God is just exposing them over the evil plan they have for we Biafrans. One way or the other, if you watch that video, when they wanted to hide their identity, but God used another way to expose them, and they all cover their face. Tomorrow, when if they were attacked terrorists, now they will say that they are not terrorists. You covered your face. What is the significance of covering your face? And one way or the other, you expose yourself by your smother. You see, what they read out in that particular one in the video was the same thing that a more powerful wrote on an independent newspaper. It was the same thing. So how can they say that they are not the ones who did that? I have been telling them that when they will realize that they stand for the stabilization of Biafra, because they think that they are working for the interests of Biafra, they are destroying the struggle for Biafra. But God will not allow them to succeed. That's why they keep on failing. Every of the plans must be exposed. You give a threatening. You are warning president of Nigeria. We are Biafrans, but we are still under Nigeria. How can you say that Buhari will not step and eat in any place in the southeast? How can you say such a thing? For what? He still has the right as the president of this country. Besides, we are still making use of everything appertaining this country. We are seeking for our independence does not mean that we will not allow Nigerians to exist. No. So they should stop all this child play. They have and they started this thing and get them the play the role model for them a way to stabilize the Biafra struggle. You see, when they started their first protest, when Nande was in prison, and the priest Mbaka said that their protest was evil, that they are not there for Biafra. And it's exactly, look at all their activities. It is evil. They are not there for Biafra. What they want in Biafra land is war, to lavish innocent souls. So it is a hard time for them to realize that they are working against Biafra. They are not working for Biafra. They just want to destabilize the innocent soul. They just want to destroy the innocent souls in Biafra land, to destabilize the arrangement for Biafra actualization. That is their plan. And I'm warning them, the last time. I keep on saying it, that the sword of God is on earth to slaughter whoever that is to come and cause trouble. They should be careful. They should be careful. They should be careful because the God of Biafra is angry with them. They should be careful.
And even though
the same problem they have created in Onitsha yesterday, massively people were arrested. The people were picking like in fact, more than 100 and something people were arrested in Onitsha yesterday. Just because of their activities. They should be careful. They should stop subjecting our brothers and sisters into unnecessary trouble and into unnecessary problems. Many of them, many people now are languishing in cells, and they can never make any arrangement to go and see people languishing in cells. They should be careful. Enough is enough because of all these their devilish activities, because of these satanic activities they brought in their land. The one that took oath and Ataro to put them would cause trouble in our land. Where is the man that lead them to that particular arrow today? Where are they?
We have to agree to that indeed. Honestly, there are two things that I have to say. If you deposit physics, what they call in local balance sheet, if you go to the toilet and deposit it, it smells a lot, stench, death. In other words, if you're a human being and nothing comes out from you except a thunderstorm, thunder fire, you are like a shit, causing nothing but stench and decay. But the irony of it all is that the more they say thunder, fire, the same way the thunder goes back and begins to fire them. Don't you see they are now scattered? Is it not returning to sender, back to sender? We are advising this, half-baked human beings. They should get reformed. They should try and look human. They should try and behave like human beings instead of animals. Every day, thunder, fire them. The same thunder that has been scattering their domain. Why can't they for once pray, say, God help us, that God will also help them? This is a problem they're having. The more they cause their fellow human beings, the more it goes back to them, manifold. This is true. Okay, take a look at it now. They tried to cause confusion in Biafra land for the past 2 days, and many people have been arrested and detained in police stations. Now, this very hard time when there is excruciating economic problems, messing every family up. These families now will be spending not less than 5,000 to 20,000 naira each for one person. Could you imagine that? They'll be spending up to 20,000 naira to bail one person from police station. This hard time when people are begging for ordinary 100 naira to buy pure water. And the Nigerian police, you don't enter there and come out free. You must pay something unless you want to languish there. But now, these poor families will spend a lot of money. How much were these boys paid? Maybe 2,000, 3,000, patry sum. for you to go and display a placard or whatever that was called, saying no election in Anambra. Now you have been arrested. That 3 or 4 or 5,000 naira that was given to you, a paltry sum, what will it solve now that your parents will now come and begin to spend 10 to 20,000 naira to bail you from stupidity? We are advising our people. When you are asked to go and be stupid, you have to reason. Think very, very well, my people. Enough is enough. Let us introduce sanity into the system. Let us introduce sanity. Enough is enough. There are times I begin to wonder if indeed, like they used to say, these boys are of Igbo blood. Because we know how Igbos behave. Igbos know when to strike, and they don't make any mistake. That is true, and that is why we are feared. But today, they have made us to be ridiculed before the eye of the international community. They should stop painting us black. These boys should stop painting us black. I cannot imagine how misguided motley crowd always gather to create confusion in our undecent society. I know it is not yet over. We keep on praying for them because we are a Christian society. We must keep on praying for them because most of them, we have to understand, do these things innocently because of the passion, the deep passion they have for Biafra. And because of this passion they have for Biafra, anybody can mislead them into believing in any nonsense. This is the problem. Ume Maslinos, are you still there with us in Lagos?
Yes, Oracle, very much around.
Yeah, take over now.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Like what you were saying concerning the video clip and I think there's one disclaimer from DOS or so, signed by Clifford Ilanya and Imam Mezu. I wonder why Imam Mezu chose to go by the name Imam Mezu instead of Imam Powerful that he's known for.
Yes.
So maybe
No,
after
Imam Mezu is not different from Imam Powerful.
Okay, okay, they're different, eh? Okay.
Yeah, Imam Mezu was the former spokesman of IPOD with the Clifford Ilanya, while Imam Powerful is their spokesperson in Biafra now. But Imam Mezu and the Clifford Ilanya reside in diaspora.
Okay.
okay. They are two different persons.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you for that correction.
Okay, thank you very much. Imam Mezu and Clifford Ilanya wrote a disclaimer to that video. But one thing that baffled me is this. After writing the disclaimers, some of the comments that were coming from even the IPOB family here in Nigeria was even against them, calling them betrayers and all what have you. Which shows that even if, as much as those people in diaspora were trying to cover up for them, they were very much happy with the video clip, and I'm not surprised why God allowed them to make all those mistakes that made us to understand exactly that they cannot confuse us. We are very much aware that they were the ones that produced that video. So, on the other, there was a question you threw in before we went back to that video, where you talked about the publication that went around yesterday or day before yesterday concerning the amount Nnamdi Kanu, they allege that Nnamdi Kanu made away with and all that. Trust our people now. When it comes to money, we always have mathematicians who will do the calculation immediately to tell you what that amount is in our local currency here. Somebody
I don't know if we have lost him. Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. There is poor communication breakdown there. Judy Chijok, are you still there with us? Okay, we have regained him. Go on, please. We have Lenus.
So, okay, thank you. The man was very, very fast to have calculated, converted the two currencies into naira.
Exactly.
And he came up with 14 point something billion naira. And he went ahead to do some mathematics that even if now the kind will want to spend 1 billion naira, that it will take him 54 years to spend it. If I think 50 something years, yes, if he will
exactly
spend 50 15,000 naira on
Exactly.
daily basis. So, and people became wow. So this is the kind of money this guy. Then somebody commented that why wouldn't the father abandon his palace and run away with him since his son has made a baby? So you can imagine what people have now turned the whole thing into. You can imagine what that type of has done Biafra struggle into. But I thank God that they are not, despite whatever they are doing, the struggle is moving very forward because they are not the ones fighting for Biafra. I thank God. I thank God for what is happening. I thank God that all these things are happening now. I must say, I thank God that they are all happening now, so that the chaff will be separated from the grain before the final whistle is being blown. So that is just what I have to say for now. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. We must keep on exposing the lies because the lies don't help our Igbo Biafran people. The more you tell our people lies, the more you make them to perish. Look at how many of our men, our boys, our brothers that died at Afaruku few months ago just because of lies. They were meant to believe that there were arms already purchased. Arms purchased, all you need to do was to show your presence and then take up AK-47 and what have you. At the end of it all, these are our brothers gathered waiting for supplies. They were given broken bottles and broken woods. At the end of the day, what happened? The Nigerian soldiers mowed our young boys down, sent them to the early grave. Today, they want a repetition. Though we have not forgotten that it happened in Port Harcourt not so long ago. Why do they waste the blood of our people? These are young boys and girls who can make Biafra proud in the future. Why are they killing them? This is a problem. We must advise all our parents to call their children and words to order. They should stop answering these calamitous calls. It does not help us at all. We must come back to our senses and begin to reason like human beings and not like animals in the zoo. Somebody is talking from somewhere, a member of the IPOB. He said that the Voice of Biafra is wasting their time that he likes Voice of Radio Biafra, which is not broadcasting. But the question is, if Radio Biafra is broadcasting now, why are you not listening to it and they agree to Voice of Biafra International? You see how these people reason. We are here to teach them what they do not understand, what they do not know. We must keep on informing them because that is our duty. Uche Diji in Accra, Ghana. Are you ready with us right now?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, over to you, please.
Yeah, my able moderator. I want to contribute. First of all, I want to make this a little or a brief comment. You know, whenever the noise is calm, we enjoy this program a lot.
Exactly.
Our listeners also enjoy mostly because I myself, when those noise around with my whatever connected broadcast, I put their microphone, whether you are using laptop, there is a place there in the laptop to mute your microphone. That is what I want to understand. To further on the matter you tabled, I must tell you that the empty vessels make the most sound. Empty vessels always make the most sound, and they will continue to make the most sound except you feel the
Uche, there is a problem there. Our listeners are complaining they are not getting you at all. I don't know why services are very, very poor over there today. It's unusual.
Can you hear me now?
At times we hear you clear, at times it fluctuates. Go on.
Okay, thank you, my able brother. So, what I am trying to contribute in this regard of this noise and
It's still not flowing at all. Uche, I'm sorry, it's still not flowing. Uche, hold on, it's not flowing. It's not flowing at all. It's not flowing. Now, please, Uche, while we wait for you to adjust your position, let us go to Jude Chijoke in Lagos. Jude, are you there? Hello, Jude Chijoke. Yeah, it appears Jude is also disconnected. Now, my people, what we are saying is this. We are not saying these things, to abuse or disparage anybody, no. We are just using, very soft voice to tell our brothers in IPOB that this naked dance is enough. Stop it. We have to stop it. People are causing a lot of embarrassment to Biafran people. If you come outside Nigeria, everything about Biafra becomes a ridicule from the point of view of IPOB. There are times responsible men begin to wonder whether these boys don't have elders in their land. Of course, they have elders in their land, but their problem is that they are deaf to hearing, and even if they hear, they don't understand. And when they understand, they don't apply anything. This is a problem. We are appealing to our brothers in IPOB. Take some chilled water or cold water and drink and cool your brain. This gragra cannot lead you anywhere. Let me make it abundantly clear. This gragra can never lead you anywhere insofar as we are concerned. We are merely taking it lightly with all of you because we are of the same blood. We know what to do and do it well. But then, how could it be said that in Biafra land, we turn it to be a relationship between their father and their Hamas complex? We don't want to lose any of our people. That is why we are advising all of you, behave like human beings. Stop this noise making. Enough is enough. Stop wasting the blood and life of our people. Every day and all day long, how can the Biafra story be Chibo and Ozo? And yet at the end of it all, there's nothing to show for it. Come back to your senses, please. People should come back to their senses. And let us inculcate in them the right sense of discipline. This noise making is too much. This comic drama, nobody is watching it anymore. People are tired. People are disgusted. People are already feeling sleepy on the stage. There is no audience again. Nobody is watching you. Stop the mess. Come back to your senses, reconcile with others, and find a common ground for us to pursue Biafra. Stop this noise making. It cannot help you. Let us watch out. 3 days away from now, Anambra election will be concluded clear. Nothing will stop it. And we warn, not just advising. We have to warn anybody. If you don't value your freedom, come and make noise that very day. If you don't value your freedom, come out and try to disrupt the election. Let this year jamboree end on the 16th. Beyond that, you face the music. We want peace in Biafra land. We don't want people who are misguided to come and dent the sanity of our people. Biafra is a sacred institution. Let me say it that way. After all, you are the ones that always say that Biafra is spirit. If Biafra is spirit, why do you treat Biafra as if he's a human being? Why the contradiction? Day in, day out. You devise something. You want to confuse our people. Imagine that, telling Anambra people that if you vote, you are going to die in road accident. That is abominable. It is back to sender. No Anambra person that would vote will die in motor accident. The Lord is their provider. The Lord is equally their protector. How could somebody, an idiot, be telling Anambra people that if you vote, you die in road accident? That shows the extent of madness these idiots have degenerated to. And he said we shouldn't talk. If you are the one, if somebody says that if you boycott the election, you are going to die in road accident or you are going to drown in a river, how would you feel? What you wouldn't like others to wish you, never ever you wish it to another person. This is the sacred natural laws. Because whatever you sow, that you shall reap. If you begin to invoke causes on your fellow human being, the same causes will come back to you in manifold diversity, and they are not going to escape it. Every day and all day long, you begin to invoke thunder. When thunder came in the name of Python dance, who was the victim? Tell me. Tomorrow, Chifowazika is a problem. Tomorrow, bim-massob family is a problem. But when Chifowazika and the bim-massob family are moving on slowly but steadily, you become envious. Instead of you to join or to respect them, you find a way to castigate. At the end of it all, you commit more atrocities. Chifowazika is never your problem. He doesn't want war. He doesn't want confrontation or hostility. Not that he's not capable. He is 1,000 times capable. But then, the warrior does not put on armor all the time. Never. Generals at times fear to fight a war because they know the consequences on the poor people. If you doubt me, go and see what is happening in Syria. From Syria, don't stop there. Move down to Libya. When you are through with Libya, take statistics of what is happening there. From there, move down again to Yemen. The story is the same thing. People are dying day in, day out. In all these cities and countries I've mentioned, go and see how the rebels have used armored tanks to level every building on site. There is no single block resting on each one another, on each other again. And you want our enemies to bring in armored tanks and level on each other. All the skyscrapers our people labored for in the years yore. You want the enemies to come and level all of them? You want them to move them to Aba and level all the skyscrapers who are built there? You want them to level Owerri, Enugu, Oka, Abakaliki, and move them to Port Harcourt and the Bayers and the Yenagoa? What madness is that? Even there to Calabar and the Ikotepene? How could people be also unreasonable? You don't have the wherewithal to fight wars. You don't have the fighter jets. You don't have the helicopter gunboats. You don't have the what you call it now? The naval ships. No battalion, no brig, nothing at all. And every day you begin to shout of war, war. Are you going to fight a war with den gun and matches and broken woods and bottles? Stop exposing our people to danger because you don't have the wherewithal to protect them. When the enemies come, you jump into the bush and you allow our poor people to be the victims of their own undoing. What madness is that? If many of you are waiting for a crisis and loot some banks and disappear, we shall not give you that opportunity. Shakespeare will say that we are as constant as the northern stars, of whose true feast and resting qualities there is no failure in the firmament. We are as constant as the northern stars, of whose true feast and resting qualities there is no failure in the firmament. We are only telling you we want peace for the interest of the poor people, our children, our mothers, and our sisters. If all of us were to be men, we move down to the line of the barricade and know and determine who is in charge, who is in command. When you see somebody preaching peace, don't take it for granted. In the time to come, I'll begin to display some video clips now to tell you what the bim-massob family is capable of doing without making noise. We are there establishing a Biafran government, functional government, preparing a way a befitting headquarters. Tell me, where is their headquarters? In your commander's house or on Facebook? Show us your headquarters if you mean business that you are talking about Biafra. When you don't have a place that could be called their headquarters or office, how can you convince our people that you are fighting for Biafra? Are you into guerrilla warfare? Then if you are into guerrilla warfare, why haven't you blown up the oil pipelines? Why haven't you blown up all the bridges and caused confusion in the entire society to bring Nigeria to a standstill? When all these facilities are there, 24 hours functioning, and you claim that you are fighting, which battle are you fighting for? We have taken enough of your rubbish. We have taken enough of that. You people should not drag us into confrontation. Of course, we fear to do that because of the life of our children, our women, our sisters. That is what we fear. And equally because of you, we wouldn't like to waste your blood because we value you. Why do we value you? Because in time of external aggression, you'll be part of the inner circle that will confront the common enemy. That is why we have always asked you, come back to the stead and become part of the inner circle. Stop this jamboree. Stop this comedy of errors. Enough is enough. You have danced this naked dance for long. Stop this open market dance. It does not pay you. Demonstrate from Paris to Munich, from Munich to Berlin, from Berlin to Copenhagen and to Milan. Keep on demonstrating, or even to Madrid. It ends there. Let me tell you, it ends on the streets of Europe. If you want us to take you serious, move down to Biafra land and try it. Stop all this rubbish. We have to speak out. Every day and all day long, it continues to cause traffic on European streets. In Munich, in Berlin, in Düsseldorf, in Milan, everywhere, Madrid, Barcelona, Luxembourg, name them. You lift the Biafran flag. Okay, it's good. But then, give peace a chance. If you want to be an anchor, go to the stage. And the only anchor, the only stage is in Biafra land. Europe is not our stage. Europe is not a football pitch. If you want to be an anchor on the stage, move down to Biafra land. Stop this European demonstration because you know nothing will happen. Enough of that. How could you be demonstrating and they are having a bottle of drink with you? Bottle of hot drink, bottle of wine. Some are even sipping juice. And yet you are demonstrating. How do you convince us? Few days ago, they were demonstrating on the streets of Europe, and many of them were popping hot drinks and wine and orange juice. And yet you are demonstrating. While you were drinking all these things now, our people in Biafra land who were demonstrating with you, we are dying. You ask them to distribute flyers. No election in Anambra State. Why the policemen and the military were arresting our people, trapping them in detention? You were in Denmark, drinking. What madness is that? We are not standing confrontational, but we are rather advising our people back home in Biafra land. A time has come for us to see reasons and begin to distance ourselves from this fabrication called motley crowd. Tomorrow you say we should not talk. Why won't we talk when things are going wrong? Stop this naked dance. Enough. Look, stop the naked dance. And it's too much. Okay, I will go for the father. Dokatama, so church na basha. Nde mana alasha. At a point, you offer catkiss. Catkiss say Roseki. Chiga father see over shola lazi. Okay, ja chigo nuki role. Wari bono barasha de guna la uno lotawa. Kai soti ni Igbo. Ogiri na emono. Unu nebutra yi nwere. Kangwa mu na eziokwu. Unu nebutra yi ihere. Unu na-agagharị na streets of Europe na-ajị ma ndị a ha na-arụkwa ọrụ ebe ụlọ akụrụ kpụrụ ụmụ ime agbakọ unu ebo flag a na-ebuli elu unu na-arụkwa ọrụ ka uru na ebe na-edepend on gọọmenti ka ha na-akwụ unu stipends because gọọmenti ọwụ social welfare unu na-arụkwa ọrụ. If you are working, if you are on holiday, visit Biafra land and talk to our people. Don't stay here junketing from one state of Europe to another. Go and get yourself gainfully employed. Somebody was saying one day, maybe I'm being paid for this broadcast. No, I do my legitimate work and I receive monthly salary. That is true. This is part-time job for the interest of my people. And we would want Biafra works to be part-time. Because if you are fully into it, you begin to take our money away. This is what happens in IPOB, where some people, because you broadcast for 1 hour, 2 hours, you take away a salary of £3,000. £3,000 because you are working for your people. In Voice of Biafra International, we don't receive salaries and nobody pays us. We are here to work for the interest of our people. If I continue to talk today, let me move on to our correspondence here and there again. So, Bobo, you are there. We are heading towards Anambra election a few days away. What do you think would happen? Let us enlighten those who don't know anything yet. Yeah, if Sonny is not there, please, who next is online should take over the challenge. Yes. I don't know if Chizoke is there with us now.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, Uche, honestly, we would like to hear you because you always talk wisely. Okay, try it now. Let us give you a chance. We have to inform our listeners that it is due to a communication wahala that we cannot hear Uche very, very well. I'm talking right away from Accra. So bear with us. Let us later give Uche Digi chance now to express himself. Uche, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, my able moderator. What I am trying to pass across to our listeners is this, that they have to understand that empty vessels always make the most sound. Empty vessels that make the most sound until you fill it with something. And then the Namdekalo and their so-called IPOB members group of companies. I must tell you that a snake cannot be able to conceive an animal called an elephant. It will always become a snake. That is the reason why those group of company limited was trained to be causing havoc in Biafra land. Although we are here to make sure that we put something onto those empty vessels for them to beginning to reason like bees. You know, one of the most important things we have to commence how we are going to make sure that these people is being educated is this, that sometimes some of these people at home continue to believe people living abroad like their God. I don't know if this thing is becoming as if they are being lazy. Because last time when I travel home, even the people at home are being lazy from working. You know, some of these people are being dependent on people that are abroad, which is not good and not good to our people. If they are very hardworking people, I believe they will stand on the truth and stand firm to defend the dignity of women. So because of that reason, these people are beginning to believe whatever these people that stays in Europe, even those that are houseless out there, are telling them back home. These people that they are annoying, thinking that they are reasoning like beings. How can somebody tell you to be fearless and he is the most person uh, the first person that running away from this person that even Chief Dr. Afo Wazirika is not supposed to be living at home. He is living at home. Why should you continue to listen to somebody who will tell you that you will not meet with others you will not meet with that's he continue going and meeting with them. How can you continue listening to those who introduce that that Biafra or nothing, that they want to the so-called joint meeting with the governors of the state and agree that if there is restructuring, that there is no need of for Biafra. How continue to continue to listen to these elements that have
Uche, change your position,
to
please.
show in Biafra land. Most of them cannot be able to boast of Biafra land, not on their command. The people are our people. So it's the reason why.
Yes, we have lost him again. We sincerely apologize to our people. Uche, this is not to be blamed, neither Voice of Biafra International. It is due to communication problems. MTN or HT Salat, I don't know. So that is their problem. Bear with us. Now, somebody's online. Is that who was trying to say something?
Uchenna.
Okay, Uchenna, please take over now.
All right. On the act on 18th, a few days from now,
Yeah, please, Uche, hold on, please.
where
Uche, hold on, please. Let me address to my friend, the Wisdom Igwe, who is telling our people to stay at home and eat ofen salad. We have been eating ofen salad for long. We have been eating ofen salad. My friend, the Wisdom Igwe, we have been eating ofen salad for long. It's not only that very day we're going to eat it. So after casting our votes, we can still come back home to eat the ofen salad. Thank you. Uche, please go on.
thank you very much. The way they sat at home in a boy today and start eating their open salad, and President Muhammadu Buhari went to Ebonyi, and by the special grace of God, he will live in peace back to his place in Abuja. So shall 18th of November be. That they will sit in their homes and eat their open salad, no problem. But the election will be free and fair. People will cast their votes, and at the end, the governor will definitely emerge. So our people, we are still saying that nobody should be afraid. Nobody should take it as a thing of concern. The voice of IPOB has.
Yeah, we are having serious network disconnections today. People have to bear with us, fellow Biafrans, my own Igbo people. It is not unexpected. And we are not suspecting sabotage. It's always like that. That's the Nigeria for you. Go on, Uche. Hello, Uche.
I'm sorry, network cut me off. Hello.
Yeah, Uche, go on. Uche, now. Okay, Benue, go on. Uche, did you hold on?
Oh, okay, thank you very much. So, we asked using this voice of Biafra International broadcast to announce to our people, your people should come out on that day. IPOB holds no command over the people of Anambra State, not to talk of the entire Biafra land. And so, on that day, you go out and cast your vote peacefully. The security men, they're already on ground, trying to make peace and make everything work out well. And that is their duty. It is quite unfortunate that some innocent people are being arrested. These are the result of IPOB, their handwork. And this is what we have been saying all the day long. Should be very careful of these people. They never mean well for Biafra actualization. If they meant well or they mean well for Biafra actualization, we don't see the reason why the order of no election in Anambra should come at this time. Because without politics, without democracy, we cannot achieve, we cannot get to where we are going to. And that is why we are standing alongside with the voice of wisdom to tell our people to play alongside with the politics, and we shall get to where we are going to. And so this is what we have for you people today. And as you obey this, things will go well with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Uche, DG, are you better right now? Is the service improved?
Yes.
We really sympathize with you. You have a lot
I'm listening live on direct my moderator.
Yeah, exactly. We really would like to hear from you, but it seems network in Accra is sabotaging all their efforts. We
hear me very clearly.
Yeah, we hear you, but we can't understand you. These are two things. We can hear, but we don't understand because of the network fluctuation. That is a problem. We really bear with you. So, what? Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
thank you, my Apple brother. Our listeners, please, I'm asking you to be patient for me.
Yes, we do that. We really have patience with you.
Not be angry for us because of network connectivity.
Yeah, Uche, I must be sincere.
Um,
We are not getting a word of what you are
so
saying.
um,
Uche, we are not getting a word of what you are saying, please. We are not getting a word of what you are saying, and that is why I have to disconnect. Let me, yeah, let me right now welcome Valentine Ugoji, who is right now joining us from Port Harcourt. Valentine, you are welcome.
we are here to solve
Uche, did you please?
this
Uche, did you listen?
problem.
Uche, we are not getting you at all. Uche, bear with us. We are not blaming you because it's not your own making. But since we are not getting you, let's give room to those we can hear. In Port Harcourt right now is Valentine Ugoji. Valentine, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Bro
Yeah.
Ikenna.
Yes, we have been discussing the lies, the deceptions. Of course, they are synonymous in nature. Since yesterday, people hiding in the bush pretending to be, I can't call them terrorists because there's no Biafran that is a terrorist. We must tell ourselves the truth. So, but then they come to claim what they wouldn't be able to carry out, threatening that if Buhari will reach Biafra land, their blood will flow. And they deny that they were not the persons, while every of the insignia and their utterances prove them otherwise. So we are here to disabuse the minds of our people and trying to advise our brothers in IPOB that they have taken this dance too far. They need to come back because nobody is watching them anymore. This is what we are discussing. And equally, the Anambra election that is already completed, we are waiting for result. What do you have to say, Uche? Valentine Ogoji, Port Harcourt.
Well, thank you, my moderator. What I have to say is this. You know, if our brothers, I think I'll call them our brothers because they are our brothers. They have been carrying propaganda and lies and deceit, trying to deceive the people, giving them informations that are not true. But one thing they should know is that if you are traveling in a wrong direction, you can never get to your destination, no matter how fast you run. I was talking to somebody today. I told the person, if you like, run at 200 kilometers per hour in an Enugu expressway and you are going to Bayelsa, you never get to Bayelsa. You have to make a U-turn and find your route back to where you are going to. So our brothers need to make a U-turn. Locate the roots of freedom fighting, of non-violent freedom fighting. Because all these things we see them do is called sidetractions. It's just distractions. It is not freedom fighting. They should focus on freedom fighting. They should focus on what will give us Biafra. They should look at those things that we are looking for, that when we get them, we get to where we are going to. That is one thing I want to say. Telling the head of state that he cannot come is, but I look at it as something that is not possible, because I know that he has the right to go to anywhere he wants to go to, because for now we are still in Nigeria. Until Nigeria breaks up, he is the president of Nigeria. So we are fighting to make sure Nigeria breaks up. And if Nigeria has not broken up, we are still in Nigeria. So the head of state is the president of everybody that is in Nigeria for now. So that is the thing. So any man that is making noise, hiding in the bush, shouting one thing or the other, is on his own. Because if any of them is arrested, you know what it is, they will face the dance. So nobody, even I found out that he is in Ebonyi State today and they gave him a chieftaincy title. And nobody came out, nobody coughed. Because once the leader is no more there, once the head is off, the body is lifeless. So once the head is off, the body is lifeless. So even on radio, I heard Uche before saying that they did not issue any video, that any order that did not come from them, that they should discard it. And I believe that order was discarded and nothing happened. So our brothers should know that what we are fighting for is Biafra, and not to disrupt Nigeria, not to cause problems in Nigeria or to cause mayhem in Nigeria, or to make people to be afraid, or to make them not to exercise their franchise. No. What we want is the way forward.
the ways that we lead them to know going to. That is what we want. Not to make people, maybe to create a chaos or to create a issue of emergency, or to make people to run helter-skelter, or make people to be afraid. Like somebody was saying, vote and die. And I was wondering, what is vote and die? Vote and die. So these are the things when you look at them, you see that those people does not have any, let me say, focus on what they are doing, or they don't have any agenda, or I may say that they don't really know what they are fighting for. Because if you have an agenda, you will follow the agenda step by step or stage by stage, not jumping from pillar to making people to believe they are doing something. It's not unbreaking. It is a strategic move. It is a developmental move. It is an international politics, and that is where it is being played, not by noise making or by running the street. So this is what I have to contribute for now, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Valentine Mugoji. Now, what we are telling our people is this: they should stop believing lies. They should stop believing lies. The problem with many of our people is that if you tell them the truth, they wouldn't believe you. But if you tell them lies, they believe you. And the lies you tell them lead them to their damnation. Even when they are dying, they still don't understand. They think they are resurrecting. This is a tragedy of our people, and it is very, very absurd. We have to reclaim our people who are lost. It is a very big task, but we are going to accomplish it. When they write in there, they try to heap praises, ennobling praise names on their leader, without bending down to see what some people are seeing. We are not castigating the individual here. No. We are not castigating any individual. We are condemning some obnoxious character and characteristics inherent therefrom. These are the things we are talking. We cannot allow our people to be fooled every time. Do I need to remind you some of these things? At first, it was that Nigeria would expire January 1st, 2014. And if Biafra is not given to us, Nigeria will turn to be worse than Somalia. Today, Nigeria is nowhere near Somalia. The next one was this. They have given me STS out of Biafra, remaining 2, and I said no. If you were giving STS out of Biafra, remaining 2, why are you scrambling over Anambra? Why? I thought Anambra had been given to you. Why then are you scrambling over Anambra State? You will go to Abuja and come back with the president's head. I don't know what is wrong. Please, my people, not that we are trying to insult you, but there are certain things you do. We begin to wonder whether you are truly Igbos. But we believe you are Igbos, only that probably, I must say that it's too early in the morning, you won't have been very, very drunk. But even if you are very, very drunk, there are still some possibilities of going back to sleep for you to get, recovered. We are telling our people, stop drinking at early hours of the morning, because when you drink without even having food in your stomach, this is where the problem starts. All these our brothers are drinking early in the morning without having food in their stomach. And the moment they drink, they will begin to misbehave. I don't know. This is the reason why at times I begin to blame some of our preachers, Christian preachers. They don't do much. If we have our pastors and reverend fathers and all these boys are still behaving, what is their job? What is their duty? They are failing in their duties. They should inculcate into these boys, right conduct for them to know how to behave in the society, what is called decorum. But when these boys continue to behave like this, like sheep without shepherd, things begin to go wrong. We begin to wonder, what is the duty of our reverend fathers and pastors? That is the problem. Valentine Mugoji hit the nail on the head. There is no head anymore. The head has been cut off. Self-immolation it is. Now there is no second in command. Everybody is scattered, moving up and down like ant hills of the savannah. There will be a time when we shall begin to take census of the reasonable people in our midst. And those who don't want to compromise with us, we have to send them to the farms where they have to till the soil to bring out the oil. We are tired of their excesses. We are telling them, stop this jamboree. Stop this jamboree. People are laughing. Even children in the primary and the kindergarten are laughing at this jamboree. For a child to understand that this is a fallacy, what then are you still doing on the stage? We are advising our people, those of you who keep on writing trash. I know, if some of you think that Chief Owazike is your problem, Chief Owazike is never your problem. Julius Caesar, let me say rather, Shakespeare in his book Julius Caesar would say, the fault is not in our soul, but on our soul. The fault is not in our soul, but in our soul. So, when you think that Chief Owazike or the bim-massob is your problem, they are not your problem. You are your own problem. You are your own problem. You are the architect of your own destiny. Nobody fashions your own destiny for you except you. You are your major problem. The moment you rediscover yourself, you shall find bearing. How can you find your way when you don't reason? How could you be covering your eyes in the middle of the night and yet you want to find a pathway? That is madness. Something is wrong somewhere. There is mental imbalance everywhere. How could my brothers in IPOB be covering your eyes in the middle of the night on a narrow path? By the right is a deep valley. By the left is dark, deep and dark blue ocean. And they cover their faces, trying to find a pathway. It is a requiem for some of them. But we don't want to sing a requiem because we are the ones still to spend and sacrifice our time to organize a burial. It is not yet time for burial, and we would not like any of them. Despite their invoking thunder on us, we are still praying for them, and that is why when the thunder comes, finding no target, it will go back to the sender. Why can't they learn a lesson from there? We must begin to chastise these misguided elements. We must begin to call them back to order. Let us tell them, you have failed in all their calculations, and this is the time for you to come back and do some penitence and be readmitted into a particular fold that offers life of fulfillment. And that is the bim-massob family, through the voice of Biafra International that is here to tell you the gospel truth and nothing but the truth. We must tell you this because you are not paying us and we don't want your money. We are not campaigning asking you to contribute. No, we don't need your money. Rather, we want to help you. That is why we ask you to move down to the bim-massob headquarters at Owerri on the 26th of this very month and get yourself identified. Get yourself identified. Tell the bim-massob family what you can offer to Biafra land, and we are prepared to encourage you. This is what we are doing. We are not there to siphon your resources and escape to Ivory Coast. No, we have gone beyond that. A good fighter stays on the battleground. Chief Owazike is still there in Biafra land despite intimidations. He's facing the challenges. You once said that a good fighter should be living in the bush. And day in, day out, you put on princely regalia, traversing the terrain. How do we take you serious? The very man you castigated is still on, moving like a battering ram. There is a mark always, a positive one. And he's not going to give up. Our own Jehovah is with him because he committed no crime. But he took up the microphone, he handed over to you and castigated him, made him a criminal before the eye of the people. But why we are not bothered is because even Jesus, our own man Savior, suffered the same indignity before the common people. At the end of the day, what did they say? Truly, this is the man of God, this is the Son of God. That was when they realized that they killed the innocent Jesus Christ for nothing. And where is Judas Iscariot today? Did he not commit suicide? He lost his life and didn't even eat the money. To those of you who are after Chief Owazike, let me tell you that you have been pursuing him for several years. Up till now, he remains unshakable. And yet you are still wasting your time. If you cannot beat them, why not you join them? We can admit you. We don't sell forms before you enter our midst. It is a free for all. It's free for everybody. The door is as wide as the church wall. Come in. The only thing you need to do is to behave. Once you start behaving very, very well, you become part of the inner circle. We are here to achieve Biafra without losing the blood of any of our people. You have wasted our people's blood at Port Harcourt, here and there. We don't want more. Stop creating panic in our villages. Allow our mothers to go to the farms to plant, to cultivate. Allow our children to go to school and learn. Allow those who are the civil servants and public servants to go to work. If you scare them away, you are not going to feed them. Stop bringing our boys out to be arrested by police and the military. Why the police cramp them in detention, the military take them to isolated regions and kill them, and you are somewhere there enjoying your own life. How could we be staying in faraway Europe and America, instigating misguided boys to go for the untimely death? Why? Let me be honest with you. You are going to sow every bit of, you are going to reap every bit of what you are sowing now. Nature is that nothing escapes its vigilance. Remember, eternal vigilance is the pride of perfection. Nature is recording every of their utterances, every of their actions with minute details, and packing everything for you. The time shall come, one after the other. You are going to stand face to face with all of them, and you're not going to escape anything without troubled mind. Come back to your senses. Stop misbehaving. Stop behaving like children of the lesser gods. We have a name in Nigeria. How do you reduce the dignity of the Igbo man? Why do you bring Biafra to shame? Why do you make the world to ridicule us? The once dignified Igbo man is now sitting or standing ridiculous because of the misguided elements we find in our midst. Biafrans are not known for that. Igbos are not known for that. We don't say something and fail to carry it out. But then in there out, you continue to make boasts of how they are going to put down Mount Olympus. At the end of it, the mountain will stand where it is. Stop giving us the excuse that if the mountain does not go to Muhammad, Muhammad will go to the mountain. It is all a lie. It doesn't happen that way. It is when you have failed, you cannot say you can go to the mountain. It's a lie. Right from the word go, you knew that the mountain cannot go to Muhammad. Stop deceiving our people, those who don't know anything. Come back to your senses. We are telling you, we are prepared to welcome you. We are already achieving the Biafra of our dream. We are already taking our people in Noah's Ark to safety. Even if you are drowned somewhere, we are going to send our own ark to swallow you and vomit you in the city of Nineveh. That is Biafra land. There you are going to regain your life more abundant. Our brothers and sisters in IPOB, stop this naked dance. Stop this naked dance. Stop bringing our people to ridicule. Stop disparaging the Biafran dignity. Enough is enough. We are a special breed of people, and you know it very, very well. The world at large fears Biafran people. That is why they say, in Biafra, Africa died, and in Biafra, Africa shall resurrect. They don't tell us that Biafra has died once and for all, buried once and for all, and can never resurrect again. No! Biafra is coming to be. Already, it has been concluded in the realms above. And remember, once decisions are taken in the realms, the earthly will only be there to accomplish it. It is inevitable. Stop ridiculing Biafra. We are a special race. Let me go back to our people here and there now. Uche, okay. Valentine Goji, Chijoke. So, Uche Digi, are you with us right now? I don't know if you have been connected very, very well. Uche Digi, we would like to hear from you, but connectivity problem is our hindrance. Who is online there? Even Maslinos, we are here to listen to you. Because I don't intend to make this broadcast a monologue. It is a dialogue, an interactive session. We hear your views. Yeah, Jude, go on, please.
Okay, thank you very much. You know, my main point goes this way because I have been listening for quite some time, though the network here is not all that friendly today. But from the whole emphasis that we, the members of BIM, who have
Oh, Jude has ceased again from being with us. Jude, you are there. Uche, DG, what of you? Are you online?
speaks of
Oh, much distraction because of poor network services from here and there. We quite understand. And that is why we want Biafra today or tomorrow. When we are in our own country called Biafra, communication shall be very, very clear and very, very free. Who is online? Yeah, hello.
This is Sonny Baba Emmanuel. I'm back online. Please, can you brief me of what the
Yes,
topic
we have
is?
been talking, we have been trying to recall the wandering sheep so that the lions will not, devour them all the more. We are telling our people when you have told lies several times and we discovered, why keep on telling? When you have made series of promises and none came to fruition, why do you still continue to make such promises? When your leader has failed you, why do you still follow vague indication? You need to come back to your senses and then make amends for us to give you protection in our midst. This is what we're telling our people. And they should stop organizing this jamboree that make us to lose the precious lives of our brothers and sisters, threatening our parents, our mothers from going to farm, from going to work. Because when they threaten them, give impression of calamity. These our parents don't go to farm, they don't go to market, and we die of starvation. We are telling them to stop this absurdism for our parents, our uncles, our aunts to go to work, to go to farm, and feed all of us. This is what we are saying.
hello, Ikenna, can you hear me?
Jude, hold on, please.
I want to use this opportunity to touch on the previous topic that was being discussed.
Yeah, there's pretty Sonny. There are times we don't hear you, Sonny. Your voice is ceasing.
Okay, can you get me right now?
Yeah, it's good now. It's okay.
Okay. So, over the attitude of Nnamdi Kanu of squandering 14 million pounds and 22 million US dollars. So, that one is not a new thing. In his life, he has been part of this. He stole the money the Massob used to open Radio Biafra London and came down to East here to get married. And even started his building with our money. We contributed for Biafran restoration. So even the time he was working with his members, you remember when Choma Amralis one time said that they contributed 8 million US dollars for him to build Ojukwu Kanota, that he had the money. At the same time, they contributed 12 million pounds to buy transmitter, and he ended up bringing an empty container, which resulted into conflict between him and his secretary in the person of Ikechukwu Eniago with Rita and Bob, where after they beat him up in that is the reason why they beat him up at Enugu in 2012. So all this money has been squandered. What of the defense fund? The one that people, Biafrans has been contributing from diaspora to buy arms to defend the people of Biafra. Even when he went to USA, he seek for defense fund that he need money to buy guns and bullets to defend Biafra. And he come down in Biafra land here and snapped a picture with some hunters carrying AK-47 and said that he's now ready to go to war. That has been his own method, his own way of extorting money from people because he's a hungry man. And they said that his father is a priest. And so what? His father is a king. A king of, and so what? A king that doesn't know his left and right. Is it every king that know what they are doing? So what I'm trying to say on this particular issue that it's not a new thing for Nnamdi to squander to eat their money. So it has been his pattern. It has been his lifestyle because he didn't come out to fight for Biafra. He just only came out to enrich himself. His father has not been to he has not been to any European country before. It was when Nnamdi was in prison that they took the father to Germany. He was surprised. You understand? So this has been there. You see the reason why even fine boy, you cannot all of them left all their business in diaspora and come down to Biafra land here to join in and the parade because they are contributing huge amount of money. That one is even small. The Biafras in Asia raised 16 million euros and sent to him when he was still at a foreign here. What is he doing with all those money? He went and established himself as a ritual. He knows doing all sorts of problems. So what I'm trying to say is that it is only those who do not know this guy are still following him. For you to follow Nandi, do you really ask yourself question, what this guy is? What is he standing for? Is he going for the betterment of Biafra or against Biafrans? Keep on putting Biafran brothers and putting our brothers and sisters in problem, dying on timely death. So people should reason. People should have their routine. People should ask themselves question. Okay, look at this kind of case of Anambra election, no Anambra election, no Anambra. What is it going to benefit you? That you stop with. And this has been something Nande has been shouting right from time. In 2010, he did the same thing that you should boycott Anambra election. Why always Anambra election? And then Nandi will be there. Another election will be conducted in his own state. He will, every time he will boycott Anambra election. What problem do he have with Anambra election? So I want to tell our people that they should open their eyes. They should know the kind of person they are dealing with. The word of God says that not all those who are calling me Lord, Lord will enter into the kingdom of heaven. Likewise, people, not all those who are shouting Biafra are working for Biafra. Rather, majority of them are working against Biafra. So they have to have their open eyes. Now look at the problem they are creating for everybody, every evil. Look at, like these people that we arrested in Onitsha yesterday. Do you know how many people that we arrested in Onitsha yesterday? And their whereabouts is still unknown. So that this is all the same problem caused by these people. They should know what they're doing. They should open their eyes. They should stop deceiving people. Even the ones remaining that they should stop deceiving people. They should tell these people that the solution to get Biafra is not by war. It's not by gathering or covering their face or tying themselves and making themselves terrorists. When they call them terrorists, they say they are not terrorists. That is not the way to actualize our freedom. They should embrace peace. They should embrace peace and love and happiness. You understand? Not that every time they will just come out and start making one caricature of our struggle. They should stop that. We are past that level. Biafra has passed that level. We must have a good relationship with our neighbors, even with our enemies. No matter what. You should not engage yourself into conflict. We should not engage ourselves into problem before we actualize Biafra. No. We should make peace with others. We should tell them the importance of peace. And we need to live by peace. And if Biafra is actualized today, they still remain our brothers, our friends, and our neighbors. We still share things in common for them to, because we are the chosen people of God. So I want to let our people know that to fight for Biafra is not by all this kind of nonsense they're doing now. They should embrace non-violence. They should embrace peace and follow the rightful path to actualize our freedom. That is our aim. The most important thing is these children that you are seeing today, what will be their condition in the nearby future. If we can suffer like this now, what of our children that is coming up in future? Can't we make a very serious arrangement for them so that they can live better? Biafra is the solution for all this of our problem, but not this way. Not this way IPOB is taking everything, jeopardizing the future of our young youth, causing unnecessary death on our youth. They should have rethink. They should go back to square one and ask themselves question: where are we heading to? Must we all die before Biafra comes? Please, I want to use this opportunity and ask our people, please, and please, let us seek the face of God. That is the only solution, and which is peace and non-violence for us to actualize our dream. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much. We are telling our people, just like our neighbors, that Biafra does not symbolize war or hostility. If we are in search of Biafra for Biafrans, we must be at peace with our neighbors, the Yorubas, the Hausas, and any other nation bordering Biafra. Your best friend, your best brother is your next door neighbor. If we achieve Biafra today out of hostility from the Yoruba or the Hausa race, in time of external aggression, they will give way to our enemies to infiltrate our midst. But when we are at peace with all these our neighbors, the Yoruba, the Hausas, any other group, we are very much at home. But when some of these people who do not understand the essence of revolution or freedom fighting begin to move from street to street, causing traffic orders and what have you, they rather bring us to shame. We are saying that we are tired of this type of macabre dance. These things don't give us anything tangible. And we are advising our people, please, enough is enough. If you don't have the wherewithal for freedom fighting, better go back to your house and in the comfort of your family home, relax there. Stop intimidating our people. Stop harassing our women and children. Stop impeding the progress of our people, their movements. Stop all this absurd dance. Enough is enough. IPOB is embarrassing our people. If I have to go back to history, I must be frank with you. All of you are going to be astounded. I have in-depth knowledge of whatever that has transpired within their midst in the past. But for this decency and for us to come together as members of the same family, we have to keep certain things away from the hearing or knowledge of children. But we are telling you this. Stop this absurd dance. It does not help you. Already, your leader has not betrayed you, but betrayed all of us. That is axiomatic. Why not you come back to your senses? Why do you still cling on to a single object like a dying man? Why do you allow yourself to be drowned by holding on to a stone in the middle of the ocean? That is madness. We must call our people back to their senses. Stop castigating the individuals, but let me come back again. Which individuals are you castigating? When you were on air, Radio Biafra London, you took a vow that anybody that sees you with a Yoruba person with orgies or carry with any politician should stone you to death and should brand you a saboteur. What happened at last? Before this glaring truth, some idiots are still not seeing reason that this is all a game, etc. We must advise our people, no matter how foolish we might be, let us find our path back to our villages. No matter how drunk we are, let us try and stagger back home to our beds and last in the morning when we have regained consciousness. No matter how foolish we are, let us still go back home and recognize who our parents are. No matter how idiotic we are, let us not go home and not get our brothers and sisters in some immoral, indulgences. We must be reasonable. When you come back to Biafra land, to your own very background, and you want to create crisis, problems, who is going to suffer? When the problems start, you run away and hide in the bush, leaving as victims our mothers, our sisters, our younger ones, our children. I remember, during the Civil War, I was told, my mother never had rest. She was always up and doing everything possible to feed our family. She suffered a lot. Every day and all day long, this woman was always on the road looking for something to feed the children, the ever-hungry children. Who caused the war? Today again, some of these are leaders who are instigating you into a crisis or hostility. All of them are carousing in the European gardens and the American gardens, Look at all of them in the swimming pools. If you had the opportunity of going to the Facebook here since yesterday, you could see that even the immediate brother to your commander-in-chief was somewhere in the ocean riding the horses with his own girlfriend. When the very boys they asked to distribute flyers are now languishing in police cells. What an irony! How could our people be so stupid to believe anything? Your commander-in-chief is somewhere in Ivory Coast attending to his mall. His younger brother with his girlfriend is swimming somewhere in the beach, riding on top of horses. And you are carrying flyers saying no election in Anambra State. Are you all that crazy? I thought the Biafrans or Igbos are reasonable. How could a whole lot of people be so stupid that somebody is on the back of a horse by the riverside or beach, riding, carousing with a beautiful girl, and you are distributing flyers? Now policemen have arrested you. Who is suffering it? Your parents will now spend 10, 15, 20,000 to come and bail you from stupidity. It does not stop there. When you come out again, they are going to instigate you into another round of madness, and you will follow them saying, Supreme Leader, Supreme Leader. Nobody is supreme except the Almighty God. If somebody is supreme, how come that mere one bullet that was shot, which we condemn anyway, don't misunderstand me, and the CNC has gone into perpetual hiding. And up to today, the followers are left like sheep without shepherd. No wonder there is discordant tone from here and there, from every day. We must advise our people. We must call them back to the fold. We must feed our people for them to have their senses. We must take them to the laboratory to make sure that the blood that flows in them indeed is Igbo blood. We are beginning to suspect them. When they come at times to describe Nigeria as a zoo, the ordinary person will begin to take it as with a pinch of salt. How could we be describing Nigeria as a zoo when you yourself are the animals in that particular zoo? Stupid! Somebody asked you to take a Nigerian passport. Nigeria has expired. Were you not surprised that when he was apprehended, there was a Nigerian passport with him? There is a neurosis in our people's brains, and they do not understand anything. How many 80 cents shall we take to enlighten you? We are not trying to tell you not to obey your master, no. But we are telling you, know what you obey. The time is out of joint. That is why we are taking ample time to call you back to your senses. Stop believing everything, from senator to transmitter, from transmitter to arms, from arms to... Nigeria has remained how it is without looking any bit like Somalia. They will say, the gods have spoken. This is not the battle of Musanga, where they say, the gods have spoken, the gods have spoken. Which God? It is not the battle of Musanga. Those of you who are conversant with the old Nollywood. We cannot stop there. We must keep on telling our people, even invoking the services of our religious men. You are failing in your duties when you collect only tithes while leaving our boys to be misguided. Preach to them. They need their advice. Even to our politicians, it's not enough to take estakos and what have you, wardrobe allowance, constituency allowances, when the people you represent are being led astray by misguided elements. You have to speak out. You, our governors, too. It's not enough to erect statues, memorials of presidents that have never helped Imo State in any way. Come back to your senses and begin to talk to our people. If you erect all these statues or memorials forever, it's not going to put food or drink in the mouths of any Imo persons. This is what we are telling you. You have to go back to the basics and look into those things which their Simon Bapé did and revive all of them for the interest of our own people. If you don't do that, we are going one day to take an oath somewhere at Owerri, just like it happened in Paris, 1789, prior to the revolution, when oath was taken at the tennis court and the storming of the Bastille subsequently. One day, we might move them to Concord Hotel and take an oath never to disperse except at the point of the bayonet. And once that oath is taken, We are not going to relent until the reciting in Imo State. Stop erecting statues. People are hungry. Stop spending billions and billions of our people's resources to erect statues of presidents that have never contributed anything to the well-being of the Igbo individual. Look at President of Liberia. Did you ever see smiles on her face? She was just frowning all through because she was wondering how could people be so foolish as to give him her award when she has never contributed anything in the interest of our people. Keep on erecting memorials. We know who is Azikiwe. We know Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. We know all these things. You don't need to remind us because we are children of elementary history. We have not forgotten our F.K. Bua. We have not forgotten our Omubiko. These are historians and we read their books. We know who is who. You don't need to erase statues for you to remind us of who did what in our own polity. Use this money and pay the ordinary woman in the village who is dying of hunger and starvation. Provide water for them. Give them electricity. Build the roads for them. We are gradually coming to a terminal point where we are going to gather everybody to give account of their stewardship. Nobody shall be spared. We are just now taking census, taking stock of every feelings. It cannot be Uhuru forever. There must be a time for reckoning. We are preaching peace. Such peace we read in our land. But if the language of the heavens fail to change our people, we shall employ pandemonium. And don't forget that pandemonium is the capital of hell. Since the days, let us take a caller now and see what he has in stock for us. Hello, our caller with number ending 4046. You are welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Speak out more, please. Speak out more. Louder, please. You say your name is what again? Oh, your voice sounds very, very faint. If you can come close to your mobile phone and speak out. Go on, please. Oh, there is much noise coming from your angle. Yeah, it's better, but there is a counter noise coming from there. I don't know. Please, then I have to advise our people, if there is, everybody should check their backgrounds and end every noise that distracting our caller. Go on, please.
Okay.
Please speak out. Your voice is sounding very, very faint. Speak out.
Okay, I heard about the
Okay. Okay. What do you say?
I want to talk to you.
No. It is not today we are it's not today we are hosting Asari Dokobo. It is on Sunday, please. He is our guest here on Sunday, not today. Yes, this coming Sunday at 8 p.m. Biafra, Nigeria time. Alhaji Asari Dokobo is our guest. You can then call and talk with him or to him. Thank you very much. Let's take another caller online. Hello, our caller from Ebonyi State. Hello. Yeah, we have much noise coming from here and there today. I don't know. It's quite unfortunate. Hello, our caller with number ending 4429. Oh, those who are connected through Facebook Messenger are really causing a lot of distractions. Could you please? Yes. Yeah. Hello. Yo, we are not getting you. Yeah, we are sorry indeed. Due to poor network services that is, impeding the free flow of the conversation. Bear with us. So we are trying to call our people back to their senses. Stop this drama. Stop this drama. It's too comic. It's too absurd. Stop all these things. Biafrans, Igbos are not known for this stupidity. If you need re-baptism, we have to baptize you again. If it is confirmation, we give you confirmation. But please come back to your senses. There will be a time when there will be no opportunity for all these things. But now we have ample time to make amends, to make some changes. We are telling everybody, irrespective of status or occupation, man or woman, we are talking to everybody right now because this is the voice of the people. From the satellite station, Voice of Biafra International, we are streaming to you live on Facebook, on YouTube, and our satellite link simultaneously. This is the expression of things. Okay, my fellow people, we have indeed exhausted our time today, but for the sake of it all, let us take extra 10 minutes and go around our various correspondents here and there for them to make their concluding remarks. Let us move down to Port Harcourt, where Valentine Ugoji is. Valentine, please, we are singing the non to the meetings. Make your closing remark. Hello, Valentine. If you're not there, Uchenna okay, can take over. If Uchenna is being disconnected, anybody connected can take over now and make closing remark. Sonny Baba is there. Ume Maslinos, Uche Digi, and who again? Make your concluding remarks because in less than 10 minutes we are ending the program and to regather tomorrow. Sonny Baba, are you there?
Hello, good evening, fellow Biafrans.
Dear good people of Biafra, I want to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you for this very program for today, for paying attention and listening to us. And I want to use this opportunity to urge our brothers, more especially in IPOB, to shun violence and embrace peace so that we can inherit what God has promised us. We can march into the promised land without any shedding of blood and remain peaceful. And God will be our protector and our guidance until we get to the promised land in Jesus' name. Thank you, my brother.
Amen. Uche Digi, are you there? Also, remember who spoke last? Please, your concluding remarks.
Thank you.
Go on.
Thank you, Uncle. Is Muslims on the line?
Okay.
And fellow Biafras and friends of Biafra who have joined us in today's podcast, it is with great pleasure that I say thank you for joining us today. May God bless you all as you have listened to us in all our deliberations. All we are saying is that those who have heard us should have a mind to understand what we have said. We are not trying to castigate anybody, neither are we trying to lay aspersion on anyone. Rather, we are trying to make things go smoothly so that we all shall enjoy Biafra together as we have already actualized our nation of Biafra. God bless you as we all sleep this night. Tomorrow, make it a day with us again tomorrow in our next podcast. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Ume Maslinos, for being with us. Uche Digi, are you there with us? Uche no Keke, equally Valentine Ugoji. Who is there? Yeah.
In Valentine Ugoji. I want to say once again to fellow Biafrans.
Hold on.
Although I was not able to make my
Uche, it's really unfortunate. I don't know. There appears to be a kind of conspiracy over there in Accra against you.
I was not able to make my contribution were here today. If I may thank Umema Lenus, it's not that we are trying to participate anybody. No, we are telling them the truth.
Well, Uche, honestly, Uche, I have
Can you
to
hear me
Yeah, Uche,
clearly?
we at all, we're not getting you clear at all. We are not getting you. Please,
Can you hear me?
at all, we're not getting you. Let's go to Port Harcourt right now. Valentine Ugoji.
Thank you, the Oracle. Fellow Biafrans, I wanted to thank you once again. Today's broadcast is about to come to an end, but I want our brethren to understand that we are not here to castigate anybody or to cast aspersion on anybody, but we are here to right some wrongs, to rewrite some writings that were wrongly written, to tell our people the truth on the whole matter. That is why we are here. We are not against anybody or any group. I could remember sometime in 2004, Biafra Wazirike says, if you know anything you can do for us to get Biafra, you should go ahead and do it, but not to castigate anybody or insult people. So once again, I also want to remind us that no matter how fast we drive in a wrong direction, we can never get to our destination. We need to make a U-turn and follow the right track for us to get to our destination. So I want to thank you all for lending us your ears and listening to us tonight. Tomorrow is another special day, and as you listen to us tomorrow, I pray that God will bless you. And I ask that God should give you a sweet night's sleep today, that God will bless all the works of your hand and everything you do in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen. Yeah, who next is Uche Nokeke there now? I don't know. Uche, are you there? Okay, now let me make the concluding remarks. Like Valentine Ugoji. Uche Gigi, we cannot get you. Uche Gigi, I'm sorry. Okay, Gigi Chijoke, yes, over to you. Okay, Gigi Chijoke. Hello, Gigi Chijoke. I'm sorry, we have lost him again. So we are telling our
let me make it brief.
Okay. Go on, please.
I think fellow Biafrans, I would like to say thank you very much for listening to this podcast. And at the time, I will tell fellow Biafrans to tell their loved ones and their family friends, to disregard all the videos and all the propagandas being propagated by Nnamdi Kanu's IPOB's group of people. These people doesn't mean well for them. Just like Sonny Bobo Emmanuel said, I captured that particular word. He said, must we all die before we get Biafra? I think this is where the main point comes in. Our people should realize that these people does not mean well for us.
Yeah, of course, we know they don't mean well for us. I don't know if we have lost you again due to this communication problem we are experiencing in Nigeria and in Ghana this evening. I don't know.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, Uche, okay, yeah, make your concluding remarks because we are ending the program.
All right. I want to sincerely appreciate all our listeners and all the vobi crew. And again, to thank Chief Dr. Rafa Wazirike, who has made it possible for us to use this Voice of Biafra International platform to speak to our people all over the world. And I say, as we go to bed, may God protect us all. And to you, Ikenna, I want to sincerely appreciate you for work well done. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you so much. One of the problems we have with our brothers in IPOB, not that it's a problem to us, is that they hardly understand. When you do something good, you are working for APC and Buhari. When you say something reasonable, you become a saboteur, either born of Hausa or Yoruba father. When you try to prefer alternative viewpoint, they say you don't like Biafra. And what they do is to begin to invoke thunder on non-enemy, but in their own thinking, an enemy. This is their problem. They never see anything good in what is good. In anything that is good, they must have some negative attributes to it. And that is why they don't move forward at all. If you think evil, evil shall always visit you. evil shall always befall you. But when you think good, things good will come to you. Remember, evil to those who evil think. When you make bim-massob or Chief Owasike your target is your enemy, I bet you Owasike and the bim-massob do not remember your existence. Let me be honest with you. You are not an obligation to any of us. Candidly, you are not an obligation to us. Your existence does not mean anything to us. The only time we exist is when you die. Instead of your body decaying and stinking of stench and decay, we bury you underground for you not to cause calamity to the life of the other people living. Otherwise, apart from that, we don't signify anything. So stop trying to make yourself significant. We know your type. There is nothing serious in any of you. Take to a social media network and what have you, castigate bim-massob. Somebody is talking rubbish, any of you in bim-massob family. If I see you anywhere, I'm going to kill you. You are talking from Biafra land. It means there's nobody in bim-massob family you see the whole of Biafra land. Even if you are living in America or in Europe, you don't see any member of bim-massob family. It's not enough to talk trash on the Facebook here because you are given the opportunity. I don't want to delete or block you. We like learning from stupidity. When the idiots are talking, we learn how idiots talk. We learn how idiots write. And we know how to correct ourselves. So when we have you here, you are just like a Shakespearean clown during the Elizabethan period or the Victorian period. You are just a clown, and we take much delight. Don't forget that a rich man, a noble, sits back in his palace and begin to amuse himself with the stupidity of the ordinary human being. So when you begin to invoke thunder, ridicule Chief Owasike and the bim-massob family, we see you as a Shakespearean clown playing the music at what did they call it, at somewhere at they call it, there's a place they eat vobi at or something. Something somewhere at also new over the road. People that have pepper soup, everything. There are people now samba, like the drummer boys. Give us samba. Then I don't want me near share pepper soup na one night, give the chicken empty pocket. This is how we see you. When you do all these things, we see you in the image of a samba player, a drummer boy. Have you forgotten? The drummer boy. It was the first novel I ever read when I was in the secondary school. You're a drummer boy. Stop drumming this thing. There are points your drum could be broken. We are tired of you. We want a change. Variety is the spice of life. But when you dwell on a particular thing ever and ever again, you create monotony. It's too boring. It's too boring. Your character and characteristics have become so boring to the entire world, to Biafrans in particular, that times they begin to wonder, can anything ever good come from you? Try and plant new seeds to harvest something new. Stop planting old seeds. We are tired of all these things. We want a change. We want variety. We want something new. We want something modern. Not always going back to the medieval, to the primitive times. Please try and put on a new garb. This is a modern time. We are here again and again every week interviewing prominent Nigerian citizens to know what they have in mind. But you, a fabricated idiot, you don't understand that if you are a fighter, you must try to study the mind of your enemy before you be able to take a better position. But a blind man, you just delve into the battlefield. That is why you have always remained a perpetual victim. Continue to insult our people on Facebook. You are rather insulting their individual sensibilities. We remain unmoved. It's just like a water you pour on a stone. We don't feel you at all. We don't. Make a noise from today till tomorrow. We remain the same because we understand you, and that is the much you can offer to your own people, not even to us. You are a wasted individual. Put on something new. If you're a Catholic, go and take a communion so that you will be reborn. Okay. If you don't know how to pray, we refer you to some biblical passages that are going to transform you so that you can still look somehow human. So that on the last day when Jesus Christ will come, you will be counted among the select group. Don't be within the last 5 virgins, those foolish ones that went to take something before they came back, the gate had been closed against them. Wake up in time, enter Noah's ark, enter, we drive you to safety. We are addressing our brothers and sisters in IPOB. We know some of them are good. Unfortunately, they are in the minority and bound by the oath they took. They have nothing to say that their minds consent to. We pray for them. We pray for those who believe without understanding. We pray for them. We pray for those who just believe anything without being convinced. We keep on praying for them. Those who follow like sheep to the altar of sacrifice, who don't understand anything. We keep praying for you. Those who undertake a journey without knowing the path they are taking. We keep on praying for you. Those of you who just move up in like a motley crowd, like madly, what you call a maddening crowd. We keep on praying for you that one day the heavenly dewdrops will descend on you. And once the dewdrops descend on you, above shall be the white cloud hovering to make sure that you are rejuvenated. And when that happens, we shall now say, welcome back to the fold, you misguided element. Welcome back to the fold, you the prodigal son. And when you are finally converted to the right path, coming back to the particular home that offers you conviviality, we now say, welcome back to the spectrum where shall stream the life for everybody without being tinctured. Thank you, everybody, for being with us, our various listeners, our callers in. Thank you, Ume Maslinos in Lagos. Thank you, Valentine Mugoji in Port Harcourt. To Uchen Okeke in Makurdi. To Judy Chijoke in Lagos. To Sani Baba in Biafra land. To Uche DG equally in Accra, Ghana, and host of others from here and there. Even to those who are here insulting us, we say, may God bless all of you and give you life abundance. Despite misunderstandings and conflict therein, we are still members of the same Igbo Biafra family because we have a target. What is the difference is how we achieve it. We want peace and not war because we want to carry our people along to freedom, to safety. If our people die before we reach the promised land, who is going to inherit Biafra land? Nobody. And then we hand it over to our enemies on a platter of gold. That is why we are saying, let us do things that will protect the lives of our people, that in the long run, the children of Israel will reach their promised land, that particular Zion, and inherit the land that flows with milk and honey. Thank you for being with us again. Until we meet tomorrow. May God bless you and good night.